Italy is famous for being the birthplace of the Renaissance, a cultural movement which saw greater connection to the classics, changing views on man's place in the world as well as changes in artistic techniques, which meant that no longer would the modern world be burdened by low-effort, two-dimensional, unexpressive, basic drawings which looked nothing like the people they were supposed to. Anyway, this movement would soon spread all across Europe, revolutionising the worlds of art and philosophy, but this does raise a question. Why did it begin in Italy? So to answer this, there are 4 potential reasons which are all fiercely debated. The first of these is that the Renaissance never actually happened. The argument being that the period just saw a continuation of medieval art and philosophy with some slight changes in subject matter, and that for most people, life was no different. Reason number 2 is the fall of the Byzantine Empire. During the sad and drawn-out collapse of the Eastern Roman Empire, many Greek scholars fled the region, and they ended up in Italy, mostly Florence. With them, they brought many ancient Greek texts, as well as some Latin ones which had been lost to the rest of Europe. This increased interest in the classical world, which in turn led to an increased desire for art and philosophy that represented that world. The third reason often posited is that the conditions in Italy during the period were completely unique. Unlike the rest of Europe, northern Italy had managed to establish a long-lasting peace. A previous war between Venice and Milan ended with everyone sort of agreeing to just be cool about it and stop trying to conquer the others. Furthermore, there was a lot of trade between these northern Italian city-states and overseas. This led to the creation of wealthy merchant and banking families who had a lot of money, which, when combined with the savings from not being at war, meant that other things could now be bought. This availability of patronage, combined with close cultural links and nobody wanting to murder you, led to the flourishing of arts and philosophy. And the fourth reason was the plague. As you'll know, the bubonic plague killed a lot of people, and northern Italy, particularly Florence, was hit pretty hard. The theory is that all those dead people meant that jobs couldn't be filled, which led to skilled, ambitious people travelling to the cities for better paid work. This work was paid for by those who would come into sudden windfalls from their recently plague-hosting relatives. And it's also argued that the sudden loss of so many people so quickly led to a reassessment of life and its meaning, and thus the wealthy spent more money on art and architecture as a celebration of life and faith. Now, of course, it's impossible to know exactly what caused the Renaissance, but it's likely that a combination of the above factors was responsible, thereby ushering in a new phase of artistic expression and banishing low-quality two-dimensional drawings from public life thereafter. Thank you for watching, with a special thanks to my patrons: James Bizanet, Sky Chappelle, Kartoitska, Marcus Arsner, Yu Duan Wang, Anthony Beckett, Blue Cardinal, AF Firefly, Spencer Lightfoot, YN Hockey, Captain Psydog, Alex Schwinn, Gustav Swan, The McWhopper, Robert C. Perkins, Castle Bravo, Michael Holbert, Shuwenin, Marvin Cassow, Rod D. Martin, Spinning 3 Plates, Andy McGeehee, Kumun Yoon, Mirza Ahmed, Maggie Petskowski, Danny Atanasio, Calling Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard, Nova Historia, Copper Tone, Words About Books Podcast, Winston Kaywood, Remco Heusman, Jim Strumberg, Charles I, Lord Beak, Bet Kabot, and Mohammed Al-Kakani.